there, Final Fantasy Randomizer and Timespinner fans. Good evening, good evening. Welcome to the last race we have for the first stage of the Archipelago tournament of Final Fantasy Randomizer and Timespinner. I am SonnyBroth11, and joining me in the booth tonight is a good friend, Sneaky the Lost. How are you doing, Sneaky?
Doing great. I remember playing Final Fantasy on the NES way back in the day, and I've been playing the heck out of Timespinner recently, so this will be a really fun time. And of course, Archipelago always likes to throw an extra wrench into the works that is just so enjoying to watch.
Indeed. We have for you the Center for Competitive Forfeiting, which is JLo and Chadbert, or JLo7 and Chadbert, versus the Bubbles Soda Company, Saracen, GG, and Hate the 13th. We've got JLo and Saracen playing Final Fantasy Randomizer, and Chadbert and Hate, by the looks of it, doing Timespinner. So this is going to be an interesting race. I know all four of these runners are very good at these games in their own rights. JLo having been around for a very long time, Saracen been around long enough to be considered a veteran, Chadbert fairly new face at least by my standards, but has made a good showing in Final Fantasy Randomizer. And then Hate the 13th. Hate's been around for a little bit, been playing all sorts of stuff with FFR and been doing a lot of stuff with Timespinner. It's definitely very, very good. I've been looking forward to this race for a little while, but let's jump over to the blessings here on the Final Fantasy Randomizer side of things. We see a Black Belt, Thief, White Mage, Black Mage, and Red Mage. So the Black Belt was forced upon them and can equip fighter armor. The Thief can equip the Thor Hammer. The White Mage gets plus 20 strength. The Black Mage gets plus 20 magic defense. And the Red Mage gets plus 20 vitality. So we are going to see a lot of HP on that Red Mage.
That's probably why they both... Well, of course, the Red Mage was forced on them, but that actually makes that Red Mage really tanky and much less prone to getting knocked out by some of these AoEs that they're definitely going to be encountering. I find it interesting. One is using Black Belt, White, Black, Red. One of them is instead having a Thief, Black, and then a Thief, a Black Belt, Black Mage, Red Mage. So we'll see which one comes out better.
So we see here at level 1 Black Magic, there's no sweeper. You just have lit.
Oh my. The Timespinner guys just got their meatball.
Yeah, instant Jin Inferno for Timespinner. That's the sweeper, if you will. We see Hate the 13th, I guess, attempting to do risky dashes in order to try to save a little bit of time. They're fairly difficult to do, but definitely not impossible. And with Nilist, we see that she has the chime this time around. JLo and Saracen, though, I think they're going to have a bit of a struggle here against this Garland. 3 shards in the refugee camp as well. This is a beautiful start for FFR. You're already 3/5 of the way to your first EXP bonus.
Yeah, and of course that chime is great if they can get into the bottom floor of that tower. I mean, there are a ton of chests there on floor 1 there that could be some easy grabs.
Yeah, there are a lot of chests available in Mirage, and if that cube comes into play, that would also be Sky. There is the canoe from the refugee camp roof in Timespinner, and so that's even more open in the world. Cure 4 at level 2 White Magic is very nice to see, as both the White Mage and the Red Mage can learn it. Saracen took down Garland and got 2 more shards for doing so, and Temple of Fiends had another 3 shards total. So Saracen's already at the 8 shard EXP breakpoint, which is plus 25% overall EXP.
Ooh, Hate just found the Timespinner spindle from that secret room by the platform.
That is a very good find for Hate, as the Timespinner does need to be assembled in order to beat the game. JLo using Harm, which White Mage Harm is on, so that's going to hit everything. Chadbert sitting slightly low on health, but is able to make it to the save room and is A-okay. The bottle was on Bicky, as Saracen finds Rub, Lock 2, Temper, and Ice 2 here at level 2 Black Magic. Chadbert, though, orphaning the Forest Secret.
Yeah, that, especially that Temper is going to come in real handy now that that particular bug is fixed in the randomizer.
Indeed. Temper didn't do anything in the vanilla game, but here, oh baby, does it do a lot. Chad might be running back to grab the Forest Green secret, and if he is, I like this play of going to get the room so that way he can warp back, which is exactly what he's doing. And then coming back after he has the Twin Pyramid keys and being like, okay, this is good.
Yeah, I mean, catching the checkpoints so that you can warp back there if necessary, less backtracking needed to be run around and done, is never a bad idea long term.
Looks like that there was a shard at Matoya. Saracen has picked up the bottle from Bicky, and the moat contained the adamant. JLo with Fade online at level 2, as well as Ice 2 after defeating the Pirates, is sitting in a pretty good position. And we see both Hate and Chad sitting here in the castle ramparts, ready to do some checks. Oh, did you just see what I saw, Sneaky?
What?
Those Mad Ponies have cremate.
Oh my.
Early game, you don't want to see cremate. Saracen's party does survive the cremate, and he's good to go.
Yeah, those...
Oh, go ahead, Sneaky.
I was just gonna say, yeah, that's definitely an enemy you kind of want to avoid if possible, apparently.
Absolutely. Quick recap for Timespinner was the Fire Orbs as the start orbs, the Gin Inferno, aka the Meatball, as the first spell. It was literally a meatball start. Pointy hat from Beardy McBeardsmith. So that's a pretty powerful pointy hat, as Chadbert unfortunately does take a death to the barrels. Alright.
I guess you could say it's on like Donkey Kong.
Very true.
Ooh, Twin Pyramid Key from Dwarf Cave.
In stereo by us, too. We were thinking it.
Great minds think alike, so I guess ours do too.
Indeed.
But yeah, that Twin Pyramids key is going to be really critical, and getting it this early means hitting those checkpoints for being able to warping back and forth, and also getting your future unlocked like that, or present day, excuse me, unlocked like that, huge.
Indeed. Hate is now into the castle keep. Chadbert taking a quick save. Check in to see how many hit points he has, which he's not even sure how many he's got. JLo, though, looks like JLo's in Temple of Fiends, trying to get those checks from Temple of Fiends.
Yeah, Saracen, meanwhile, is at the top of Marsh Cave checking out those chests.
Oh my gosh, Justin Egg had the Galaxy Earring, which, I mean, it's not the best, but it is very nice to have this early on.
Ooh, Hate takes an unfortunate death there, but yeah, the Galaxy Earrings in the vanilla game, of course, are freaking amazing, double XP gain on your orbs, but we're moving so fast that it's not quite as valuable here.
Oh yeah, that was out of Marsh. Thank you for the correction. Justin Egg did have a shard. I saw it right as Justin Egg opened up as well.
Yeah, that's why you're always checking these places, you know, the top of Marsh Cave, the Dwarf Cave, low-lying fruit, things that you can check fairly easily and rapidly can have some really amazing things to break the seed wide open.
Indeed. JLo taking down Garland with Fade and Ice 2. Unfortunately, Hate takes another death. Hate just not having a good time here.
He was apparently trying to damage boost through a little bit too much.
Indeed. Alright. Down at the Knight and Archer room, Chad does find a shard. And we see a floater coming from Marsh Cave. So that's Canoe Floater. That's air.
Yeah.
Saracen can jump into the air relatively quickly now. And this is where the real struggle will begin, as that's a lot of the game opened up.
Yeah, once you got that airship, virtually the entire map is now your oyster.
And that's going to be a reset out of there from Saracen. Saracen actually found a lot of good stuff, including over 66,000 gold in that Marsh Cave, and did dock outside of Northwest Castle on the river system. Very, very good move from Saracen. JLo, meanwhile, headed over to Marsh.
Ooh, werewolves. Did you see what that werewolf did?
I saw Zap.
Yeah.
I have some nightmares about werewolves with Zap.
So, ponies with cremate and werewolves with zap.
Yeah, time element is nasty. Saracen at 10 minutes and 56 seconds says, "See you guys, I'm in the air." I like this. I like this a lot.
Yeah, Saracen is really going. Just about the entire map is open to him. He does have the chime, so he could just fly over to Mirage Tower, pick up all of those chests at the bottom of Mirage. Even if he has to dab out of that and doesn't get a chance to do Sky, that's still a lot of potential checks to clear.
Indeed, an omelet chest containing a shard, as well as the Castle Basement Giantess, but we saw an elevator keycard get sent out, as that was the shop item in Crescent Lake for 6,300 gil. That is a cheap elevator keycard.
Pricey, but given the checks it unlocks, potentially worth it.
JLo having a bad time in Marsh, getting the werewolf-girlwolf encounter, and yeah, getting zapped down immediately. One thing that I don't think I went over for the flags is that the Thief agility buff is on, so the Thief gets plus 80 agility, and Timespinner wheel for Hate from the castle basement as well. That's pretty big for Hate, as that does give some vertical movement, which is very, very necessary right now. Zap is extremely common from these werewolves.
Yeah, but yeah, no, the time stop from Hate is great, not just in allowing some vertical movement by being able to jump off of bad guys, but also able to time stop your way out of really bad situations that would otherwise be a death.
Indeed, shield ring at the advisor jump, and we did see an Oxyale in Volcano for Saracen. Right. These werewolves are just a common encounter for JLo. I don't know if JLo's been power cycling for sure, but yeah, it's been nasty for JLo here in Marsh, where Saracen really didn't have any problems.
Yeah, Saracen didn't really have any problems. Of course, Saracen's also brought Ice 2 with him when he did that, and so if he did run into them, it just Ice 2, and as long as that went off before the Zap did, he was mostly okay.
Well, on top of that, it's you need to get initiative with it, and Thief is extremely good for getting initiative. Chad has hinted for the sash.
Now, third level spell, Nuke, is really nice if you can get it off. Unfortunately, Zap is really bad at that. Hate is in his succubus fight.
Yes, Hate is fighting the idol. Opened up with a meatball, waiting for more aura to be able to use more meatballs. As Chad is now into the place with the twins.
Yeah, he's not too far behind.
And holy cow, look at how many shards JLo has. That was 17 shards. That is the 50% EXP breakpoint.
Nice. Yeah, the more levels you get, the more you get to run away, especially with a black belt. The black belt gets so much power just from straight up leveling that, I mean, every level he gets more powerful. And since he can wear fighter armor, that could run real quick.
Yeah, I haven't seen what JLo got, but JLo did have a disconnect there for a moment, but was able to reconnect. And Hate is now in phase 2 of the idol fight, where you get to have fun dealing with the saw blades. Saracen going to turn in the herb. And what's the herb going to yield? Oh, Hate takes a death. I didn't quite catch what the herb yielded, but that was an unfortunate death for Hate there. JLo, attempting to clear out the marsh, does pick up the herb from Marsh 7, and is heading down to the bottom room, where there's an iron glove and the antidote for Timespinner. Alright, if Hate can keep up the infinite meatball, he should be good on this fight. Unfortunately, he does lose it, but he gets Ice Orb. So that is a thing. That Ice Orb coming from Volcano.
It is a thing.
It is, and Hate's got enough aura to infinite meatball. And does keep the rhythm going even after getting hit. but loses the rhythm on a time stop. That's unfortunate. So both Chad and Hate are fighting the Golden Idol right now, where JLo is working on finishing up Marsh. Saracen in Volcano has found some good stuff, and this is looking pretty good. Chad unfortunately taking a death there on the Golden Idol.
Ouch.
It is unfortunate, not the end of the world, as we have seen Hate take a death to the Idol as well.
Yeah, a couple of them actually. This Golden Idol has been a real problem for both of our runners.
Indeed.
Icicle Ring.
That is a nice find. Scums have Blaze over on JLo's screen.
Ouch.
That's painful. And
Especially because I don't know if he has fire or lightning too.
I do agree with that, Kremdal. Equipping the Icicle Ring for that little bit of extra damage very well may make a difference for Hate.
Not only that, but I mean, the Icicle Ring does give you a ranged attack. It's not a very powerful one, but it is one you can still continue to throw at the idol even when the platforms are retracted.
I don't think that was a matter of JLo not being connected to the client anymore. I think that was a matter of that chest in Marsh is linked to one of the upper Marsh chests.
Yeah.
Alright, Chad making do with not having sand, as Hate unfortunately gets inflicted with chaos as well. Saracen flying around the world, heading over to the Cardia Isles. Gonna go ahead and drop a tent. I believe throw down a power cycle. And here we go. Silver shield, silver axe. About 2,000 gold. And JLo has finally gotten to that floater. A couple shards and max HP for 8. That is...
Which also is a heal at a time when he really desperately needed it. That was actually low-key kind of clutch.
Indeed. Hate has equipped that Icicle Ring, doing a little bit of extra damage. Chad sitting real low on HP right now. It's a little sweaty there for Chad.
Yeah, I mean, this fight with their equipment is no joke.
Chad's the first one to make it past the Golden Idol. Twins are down. And the reward for the twins? Just some back Sora.
Oh man, after all that time, here, have some max aura and that's it. Well, it's still progression.
But there's Aura Blast as well. So Aura Blast, definitely a nice find.
I mean, if we didn't already have Meatball.
Yeah.
Although it might be useful in the final fight because he's actually weak to Aura.
He's also weak to fire.
Oh, right.
Hate was going to go for Infinite Meatball, but Infinite Meatball is not going to work out. JLo running back to, I believe, his ship. Or could be heading to... No! JLo's taking the southern route to Ryukon. I like this play.
Ooh, Saracen's Black Belt is now floor tanking.
And Hate makes it through the Golden Idol. He's got to be feeling good after making it through the Golden Idol, but not feeling so good about that Max Aura.
Yeah.
And Saracen, though, in Waterfall, the only scary thing that could be found, at least damage-wise, would be the Gas Dragon. These Mudgulls, even though they do hit hard, they don't hit as hard as gas dragons. So let's see what happens.
But at least gas dragons aren't guaranteed to have that annoying breath weapon they had in the vanilla.
This is true. And
then again, they could have something even worse.
Exactly.
Gas dragons with nuke, have fun.
Yeah, let's not wish the evil of dragons with nuke, because I've delivered that. JLo almost to the Ryukon Desert. He's just got to make it past this encounter, maybe one more. Black Mage does not run. Bull casts mute. Black Mage is down. The White Mage does get the run. He is in the Ryukon Desert, ready to say, "See you, world. I'm coming to explore ya." Just under 23 minutes.
Oh, there's the Griffin familiar. Ooh, and a ribbon!
The robot pays big with the ribbon and waterfall, sending the demon and the Griffin. That's a pretty stacked waterfall.
Yeah.
Now, more often than not in this tournament, we'll see that the Timespinner player will finish before the FFR player. But with how quickly the shards have been coming in, this could be one that we see the FFR player finish before the Timespinner player.
Ooh, Water Mask was up on the bomber chest.
Water Mask is big. And there's the Librarian hat, a much better hat for Hate there. Hate going back to pick up a Warp Shard, because Hate's exploring the left side, heading through, or exploring down towards the caves in the past, and is now, or, I'm sorry, I cannot words apparently, I'm having a Hate moment here.
Happens to the best of it. Now, interestingly, Chadbert's got that shield instead of the ice shard, instead of the ice ring.
Shield ring can be useful. Hate was heading over here to Lake Serene because all of the Lake Serene checks, except for, of course, the Water Mask locked ones, are available. And unfortunately, I don't think Hate checked Castle Bomber chest, which Chad has, and that's where the Water Mask is.
Not only that, but you're also gonna, I mean, they started off with the Fire Orb, so you're gonna be able to clear those checks as well.
Indeed, Crimdall making a very good point in chat that Chad could skip an important check because of that Water Mask. And if that does happen, it is unfortunate, but we do know the Water Mask is required anyway. Saracen in Mermaids finds the rod, sends the arm cannon over to Hate, and I don't know about you, Sneaky, but I loves me some arm cannon. But before that, we see Timespinner Gear 1 and Security Key Card Bravo, or B.
Eternal Brooch?
Hey, now Hate's pretty. Yeah, Gear 1 at Upper Serene Secret is pretty big.
Yeah, of course, you know, we all joke about the ice orbs, but they do respectable damage if you can hit with them.
Indeed, the Gilded Egg down here with the eels. That's fairly nice to see. And JLo going into the volcano. Saracen running through TFC area. Yes, you can soften them. You just need to download the assets for the Timespinner Rando and throw those into wherever you have your Timespinner directory, and you can play the Rando.
Yep, and now I'm almost surprised they didn't call that chest with the eels come out and play. You know, it's an N64 reference.
Yeah, that's a good one. Since I'll go ahead and answer that question for you, Math Girl. Since it counts as a mod, Steam will not ban. It's like the Risk of Rain 2 randomizer. That counts as a mod under Valve standards. We do see a second ribbon for Saracen at Sea Shrine 16. So that is very nice for Saracen. Hate taking on the Bluebird, the big bird. My personal
He's also got a couple of pro rings as well. He's pretty well geared out.
He definitely is, and really good time stop there for Hate. Not taking any damage. Chad still going under Lake Serene. Just barely doesn't get hit by that eel. J-Lo running through the volcano, and Saracen heading towards Kraken.
Yep, J-Lo is emptying out the armory in the volcano. Meanwhile, Hate has gone through Big Bird and just sent the Excalibur over.
Excalibur not going to be used in this seed, just a fancy sword.
Oh, that's right. Black Belt only equips the armor, not the weapons.
Correct. And there actually is a specific bonus for plus Excal. We are about to see Chad get the Celestial Sash from Earth Cave 3 in J-Lo's world. That is going to be very nice for Chad, as that will allow all of the checks on the way to Maw to be made.
That's your vertical movement right there.
Saracen continuing through Sea Shrine, sitting with some pretty good levels. Finds the cube.
Wow, that Sky.
That is massive, as that is a lot of EXP that Saracen can earn if Saracen does a walking grind through Sky. The underwater pedestal had the Bane Sword for J-Lo, so Chad and J-Lo sitting with a little bit of extra stuff. That's very, very nice. J-Lo finishing out the checks in Earth Cave, getting a silver dagger +5 and a silver hammer, as we see TNT and Ruby over in the Sea Shrine.
Well, that's a check.
That's 2 checks. Technically 5 checks, because the 4 chests in Titans.
Oh, true.
Merrick himself.
Oh no, Timespinner is up in Upper Desolation Secret. Ooh.
That's the Succubus hairpin for Hate, and Hate now has the hairpin right after hinting for it. That's a feels bad moment.
Yeah. Hint for it 2 seconds later. Oh, here it is. Yeah, feels like a waste of a hint there.
Indeed. Though it has happened to all of us many a time in these multis. But there's the gun orb for Hate, sitting at the Firelocked Sparrow chest. The one chest that I will never forget anymore. J-Lo finding mud goals on, I'm not sure which tile, I'll tell you here in a second. The first tile of the Hall of Giants. It's not bad for early game, that's for sure. And this is where we get to say hi Boots, bye Boots. Saracen going into Sky, Chad going through the Maw Caves. This is quite a bit of divergence right now. Colossal Haber going to Hate from the Mirage Tower on Saracen's end.
I mean, it's got its uses. It does lots of damage if you can hit with it.
It really does.
Of course, the problem is it is only the hammer head that counts as a hit, not the shaft.
Exactly. Chad running through the caves here, picking up these checks, finds some spagoots. And about 7,000 gold. So
yeah. Hate's actually making good use of that icicle ring by clearing out those annoying helicopter dudes so they don't swoop in and knock him back and force him to go do the platforming all over again. So,
and
ooh, Star of Lahim.
Star of Lahim, Lahim, however you wish to pronounce it. It's the star. That's some extra damage.
Yeah, especially with some of the slower firing weapons, like, say, the gun orb he just picked up.
Oh, hello, Forbidden Tome on the ferry.
Hello.
And literally got Shadow Seal right after getting the star. That's a thing. Alright.
Oh, there's the power gauntlets.
In Mirage Tower in greater than, less than room, so a very good find for Saracen. That will be very useful for endgame, as well as that tail at the library warp gate. That's even more massive, since that means that Saracen will be able to wield the katana if the katana rolls well and he chooses to do so. Chad finishing out the banishment jackpot room, and I didn't quite catch what all was sent. There's the sun ring and the traveler's cloak for Hate. Backer room actually providing some nice stuff.
Yeah, Wizrod.
The Wizard Rod is for FFR. It casts Confuse.
Yeah.
Which Carrie is the only one that actually is susceptible to Confuse. And we see that Saracen has decided to go ahead and promote. So that is pretty big for Saracen. Sitting with some good levels on the Black Mage and the Red Mage. And we see a Ma's immune right before Maw. And that sword is gorgeous at +3.
Yeah, put that on your rogue/ninja. Who needs a katana?
If the katana rolls higher than +3, then I would personally go katana due to its crit rate. The Mazamune, being the most powerful sword in the game by its base attack power, it is a nice fallback in case the katana does not roll plus. But in this case, Saracen's not the one that has it, JLo is. And if there's one thing I know with black belts, the ultimate strategy for a black belt is I'm gonna punch everything.
Yeah, but Amasa is a great weapon for a red mage who really doesn't have any other weapon to use.
And we have JLo heading back to the Earth Cave and heading up to check it. The key is going to be at Earth Cave 5, which is the chest that JLo's heading to. So that is going to be very nice for him. Saracen running through Sky, finding Max Aura, the tablet, a shard, some money, and Max Sand.
Ooh, and a Grey Naga with crack.
That is not nice.
And heat.
Heat isn't all that much of an issue. Heat just does chip damage.
Yeah, but that crack is... ow.
Yeah, the Gurnagas are peddling crack tonight. And I don't believe that we have seen life magic available for the Red Mage. JLo making use of the Bane Sword, getting some poison smoke.
Yeah, that It always is kind of a gamble, but if you know which enemies are vulnerable to it, it can be really nice.
Indeed. Another orb under the water, and Hate finally picking up that water mask. Hate's looking pretty good on stuff right now. Does have warp shards, which is an advantage over Chad, and is ready to go do some more stuff.
Yeah, at this point he's clearing checks. He's gotten twin gun orbs with the star to make it 3-shot instead of 2-shot.
Indeed, and there is that gas mask for Chad after, I believe Chad hinted for it. And Scythe Ring is actually very nice to find.
Yeah, Scythe Ring is always really good, especially with something like the Cracked Orb that has a lot of hits. You can really do some spam-a-lots.
The Shattered Orb with Scythe Ring is one of my favorite combos. Alright, now that Chad has the gas mask, I do believe he feels comfortable enough to head and defeat them all. Gonna re-equip that meatball, and it's off to fight them all for Chad. Saracen still ascending the floating fortress, finding more money and the crown. So that'll be very good for Saracen later on.
Yeah, of course, right now, Hate, just got his water mask, and gas mask is gated behind water mask, but he's going to be clearing out this tower, it looks like, before he does that. And here comes Chadbert going after the Maw. Should not be very difficult for him.
Not at all, and the gas mask actually wasn't really gated behind the water mask so much as it was just sitting in an area that could hold stuff to do with the water mask. Past at level 4 Black Magic, which I will be completely honest, I missed that. An Ice Shield +3 in a rune that we lovingly know as Crabcake's Gambit.
Did he just get rid of the Zeus gauntlets?
Probably. No need for him with Nuke and Fade.
Oh, it still doesn't consume any spell slots, but yeah.
The Maw's down for Chadbert. Chad just needs to defeat Alana, get the rest of his Timespinner, and then Chad's in go.
Yeah, Chad just needs to finish putting his Timespinner together, and he's in go mode. Feels like he's a little bit ahead, but not by a whole lot. This could still be anyone's race.
It definitely could, and I know one of the most painful factors that's going to be the difference between Chad and Hate is that Hate does have warp shards. So if Hate goes, grabs that gas mask, and defeats Maw, or even just straight up runs Maw without getting the gas mask, because that is completely possible, that will allow Hate to be able to return to whatever warp gate quickly. Did Chad use warp shards? I missed it if he did.
I must have missed it too if he did. And in the struggle jungle, there was a pure potion.
That was next to struggle jungle. And then the bottom struggle jungle was a house, but I did see a katana get sent out to Saracen.
Ooh, Aegis shield.
Aegis shield, it's nice, but the problem with the blessings is that post-promotion, they don't really matter too terribly much because the black belt's still only going to be able to equip fighter equipment or master at that point.
Yeah, but that does mean, if you want to put that on your black belt, you've got the other three the ribbons for removal of status effects or negation of status effects.
That's the thing, you can't equip the Aegis shield post-promotion. It's still specifically fighter armor.
Oh! Okay, it was fighter armor, not fighter or knight armor. Okay, gotcha.
Correct. Chadbert sending out that katana to JLo. JLo probably just going to trash that katana. Saracen being 6 shards off, very close to go. Not 100% certain how Saracen's levels are looking at the moment. Hopefully Saracen does have level 15 on the Thief, which he's got level 19 on that ninja. So lockpicking is a go.
And that unlocks a lot of checks. And that's actually, I mean, that's actually the big difference between Saracen's group and JLo's group. Saracen has that rogue. He no longer has to find that key.
Correct. The TNT tournament at Merrick became a 10 as Hate is fighting Ilana, dealing some massive damage, and that's it for Ilana. Ilana's done. That's Blood Orb on the Plasma Orb pedestal, as well as the Veletian Crown. That's a very nice find. But Hate also had the Empire Crown at the ready.
Yeah, Blood Orb is an amazing find. You just gotta remember that it is chaos damage. Anything that's demonic is gonna be... yeah, how about no?
Alright, Chad picking up all sorts of stuff. And Meatball for 257. Getting some Max Aura for it. Not entirely what Chad wanted to see, but definitely something Chad will work with. Alright.
Oh man,
no.
that item gift messed up his rhythm.
He almost had Struggle Juggle.
Well, he did get the Midnight Cloak.
Oh man. Hate's out of sand again. Chad not really having to worry about Struggle Juggle as Celestial Sash. And oh, Hate got it! Hate got Struggle Juggle. Okay.
Economizer ring.
Yep, we saw that come from Chad's screen as well. And Struggle Juggle was successful for Hate, so that's a plus. Saracen and JLo both in Volcano, running through the hot rooms. And it's time to see what can be found. The good old 12350 chest of gold. One of my personal favorites. A heal. Chad getting that trendy jacket prior to Ilana, and it's time to fight some Ilana.
Chadbert now checking his underwater checks, so it won't be long before he gets around to getting his gas mask.
Oh no, the Talaria's at the Timespinner. And both Chad and Hate getting their glass pumpkins from their teammates. And Ilana is done for Chad. Hate going back with that water mask ready to go. The loot for the FFR player is in the volcano, so both JLo and Saracen in the correct places to obtain loot. Very, very nice to see. There is that loot in Volcano 25 and the Power Staff, or if you know Final Fantasy 1 well enough, it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stick. And if you're wondering why it's called the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stake, that's because it sells for exactly 12,300, or not sells for, its value is 12,345.
And given it just hits a little bit harder and is otherwise not very useful. Oop, there's Timespinner Gear 2 for Hate. Yeah, most people just go ahead and sell that staff.
That Gear 2 coming from Volcano 22, which is in the Agama room, if I remember correctly. Chad will be getting the hairpin, so that is a plus. Actually, no, Chad will not be getting the hairpin, as that was in Firelocked Sparrow. Or no, it wasn't. That was something else in Firelocked Sparrow. Chad will get the hairpin if Chad goes to the secret. He may be going to check the skeleton real quick, though. Nope. Just jumping in, getting the work point, getting out. Alright, JLo finding the AP item, buying that elevator keycard for Chadbert. Beautiful timing on that. And there's the captain's uniform inside of Chicken Chest.
Kind of a little dated now that they've got some better gear, but hey!
Gonna work with what you're gonna work with. In that time, though, Hate did send off the Bane Sword to Saracen. So Saracen now has the Bane Sword as well as the ability to cast Brack. And Saracen's actually sitting at some really good levels right now.
Yeah, it's really tough to say who's ahead here. It's definitely still anyone's game, because remember, it's not just a matter of which Timespinner person ends first, it's which team ends first.
The overall times of the two teams are what matter here. And to answer that question, the item in the shop could be garbage, it could be amazing. You won't know until you buy it.
Yep, it has the potential to be a berry pick-me-up.
Alright, JLo jumping back into the volcano. Saracen heading over to the ice cave. And that ruby for Saracen was some nice French fries.
Saracen now in ice cave.
Getting hit with a pack that's really not that bad.
It always used to terrify me in vanilla, but that's because of those birds could stone your party if you weren't careful.
There's the gun orb for Chadbert. JLo stuck in this encounter, unfortunately. Chad hinting for Gear 1. And checking to see how many hit points he's got. Gear 2 is what Chad is wanting. JLo's in the right location to get it, just not the right floor yet. Saracen still continuing through the ice cave as Hate checking the banishment pedestal to send us off.
And in fact, he's in the room that has that very, very infamous chest that he's actually going to check right now.
Oh man, Whitewall is in Varndegroth elevator chest, so that is a thing.
That is a thing. Of course, they do already have vertical movement.
They do, but with Hate, he doesn't have the Celestial Sash. He may end up having to resort to the Whitewall skip. Not enough points for Hate to be able to hint for the security keycard Delta. Chad has all of...
Oh, there's a plasma orb.
And there's the Mosmune for Saracen. Throwing it on the Bread Wizard. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, in the vanilla, that was who got the Masa every time was Red Wizard, because you had, if you had your knight, he's wielding a Excal. If you've got a ninja, he's wielding a katana. So,
Or Vorpal.
or Vorpal. Yeah, I mean, in the patched version where that actually functions correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, Hate is doing a no mask.
This isn't that scary. Though, getting bailed out by the Plasma Crystal to get that keycard D. And now it's time to replenish oxygen and head to the mall. Ancient Coin coming in from Ice Cave 1. Not a bad find. Though, there's the third and final ribbon in Ice Cave 2. So, Saracen has all 3 ribbons. And now it's just a matter of collecting shards, which, there's the pendulum. Saracen's going to go ahead and check the eye tile, which is the Gershark Wizzsahag tile.
And he's just not even taking chances. He's just going to literally nuke it.
Like it.
Honestly, don't blame him. Given some of the abilities these things can have, you cannot take anything for granted.
The card Delta giving the Goddess Brooch, Corruption, and a heal. And
Saracen checking out the chest in Elf.
The gold, a cabin, herb for Timespinner, and Max Aura. Max Aura is not bad. Hate has finished off the maw, and now it's just a matter of time before both Chad and Hate are in go mode.
Skipping his mask like that and being able to take on Maw without the gas mask really has given Haste a little bit of a lead here, but not by much. It's still very much anyone's game.
Yeah, and Hate's about to get the gas mask, and probably just be like, I didn't need it. We're good. I know Hate's looking for that Talaria, though.
Oh, there's a nether orb.
But there is Gear 1 for Chad. So, Chadbert, I believe...
Security keycard V, that's a couple of checks.
Yeah, there's the security keycard Bravo. So, I guess the question becomes, what are they going to do next? Saracen, about to take on Astos, and this fight's not going to last long. See? And Astos holding on to 5,000 gold. I know Saracen would have rather seen a shard, but unfortunately not the case. There's the Goddess Brooch, Corruption, and the heal for Hate being found. Of course, the heal going to Saracen. Saracen, I'm not sure how many shards he needs in order to finish out. Might be able to kill Lich and Go. By the looks of it, I do believe he can kill Lich and Go. But I don't think he wants to do that. I think he wants to find that final shard and be absolutely certain that he can go. There is the Celestial Sash for Hate. Hate no longer needs the Light Wall. He is good to go. He is going to go ahead and grab the, I believe the Talaria, if I remember correctly. Oh, Frozen Spires. That's not a bad find.
Yeah, and of course Saracen, because Saracen's leaving his black belt on the floor, all of that experience that he's getting is being split 3 ways instead of 4 ways, giving Saracen's characters a level advantage over J-Lo's.
And the funny thing is, you and I were actually talking about that before the broadcast started, talking about potential strategy here, and this was one that I had mentioned, and Saracen's taking advantage of it.
Oh, there's a heal rod.
And Hate has picked up his zoomies and is ready to go. Everything has been obtained. And there is that Timespinner Gear 3 at Military Bomber Chest that Hate just needs to go get. He is gonna blitz over to it, and that's not gonna take that long to get, as it's right on the way.
And then he's in go mode.
Indeed, and more than likely that'll put Saracen in go mode. Alright, there's the bomber chest. That would be Timespinner Gear 3 for Hate. And now Hate is ready to punch it. Head on over to Blob Mom and call it a day. Chadbert heading over into the military hangar as well. J-Lo sitting in Ice Cave. Saracen has all of the shards necessary. Gonna go ahead and check these chests here in Topher. This is all 7 chests that are available in Topher, and there's nothing great there.
Yep. Does he have... Oh, he has the loot, so he can actually... He's in go mode.
Yep, he is in full-on go mode. We're going to see a swing for 104. Nuke coming out. Going to deal 280. That's a good nuke roll. A swing from the Mazda. 4 hits for 447 from that Red Wizard. That's some powerful swings.
Yeah, Ninja with a katana, the Red Mage with Masta. I mean, that's a 1-2 physical combo.
Indeed. We saw 220 damage here on carry 2. J-Lo checking these chests here in Ice Cave. Chadbert. I don't know for sure if Chad got military bomber. I imagine he probably did.
Hate's got infinite meatball going off on this fight here.
Yep. The infinite meatball. The most fun glitch in the game, for my opinion. And that's it for Blob Mom on Hate screen as he receives Mayef.
Well, you know, it was necessary progression anyway. And here we go!
Going to fight Nuvius. Now, Nuvius has the lesser HP value than Volteralus, but I mean, in a situation like this with no Empire Orb, no punchies, this is the play. Saracen unfortunately taking a wipe, and Lich has nuclear!
Lich has nuclear.
No HP, but nuclear!
Well, part of that was tempered and hasted on the ninja and the black and the red mage, so I mean, you can have hit points. They have more damage.
This is true. Alright, Hate is at the pyramid, and this is make or break time.
Yeah, 10 hits for, what, 1,000 damage?
Here we go. Carry 2 again. 4 hits for 600. That's going to do carry 2 in for Saracen. Now it's on to the classic gatekeeper of Final Fantasy Randomizer. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Kraken 2. We got Nuke coming out, 175. We got another Nuke coming out, 362. We got a third Nuke coming out, 101. Swing from Kraken, dropping that ninja down to 184. That was 171 damage. And Nuke comes out for 177. 8 hits for 529 damage on the ninja. That ninja is dead. More Nukes coming out. We do see Cure 4. 7 hits for 404, and that is another reset from Saracen.
Kraken gonna Kraken. Meanwhile, Haste is already shattered and is going up against Sandman already.
Yep, and using those blood orbs, gonna get a good amount of damage out, throwing out some meatballs as well.
Infinite meatball, there we go. That's gonna take care of phase 1 at least.
Yeah, phase 1 does not stand a chance against the infinite meatball. Now it's phase 2 that things can go well or they can go completely awry. You just have to know which attacks are coming up, and in this case, he did end up taking some damage, which is unfortunate. But does kill the second phase of Sandman before that attack goes off. That charge attack tends to do a lot of damage, but it is nightmare time.
Ooh, triple holy orb.
Yeah, triple radiant because star. And here we go. Switching from the star over to the shadow steel. I like this play as this means more damage is going to be dealt as a whole because of the missing HP. As Chad is fighting Blob Mom, level 5 Brat for JLo, Nukes coming out on Kraken 2 for Saracen. Saracen just trying to survive at this point.
Ooh, Kraken with Inferno.
It doesn't do that much damage, fortunately, but Kraken 2 does go down for Saracen. Fortunately, he does have Cure 4 on that Red Wizard. Hey, doing damage to Nightmare. Nightmare responding with damage. Get your exclamation points out for Hate the 13th. Because now he just has to rely on Saracen, whose game is now running like a PowerPoint presentation due to all of the items coming in. Chad fighting Nuvius. Hate with 3 concussions, a very, very good run. That is a death on the ninja. This is actually still doable for Saracen.
Fortunately, he had enough hit points that he was not taken down by the XXXX.
It wouldn't have mattered because Ribbon, it becomes a 3 and 256.
Yes.
Nuvius is down, though, for Chadbert. Chad...
Tempered and hasted, and he's got that Masa +3. Let's go, boys!
Indeed, here we go. 6 hits for 502 on Tia 2. Lots of damage coming out. Stun's going to be ineffective. 6 hits for another 502. Are we on a loop? No, we're not. 6 hits for 357. Tia 2 is going to go down. I am not quite sure where JLo's at right now level-wise, but I'm sure we'll see very shortly. Alright, here we go. The Power Bonk going on to that Red Mage as well as the Pro Cave. 512 HP Red Wizard with Ruse, with Fast, with Power Bonk versus Chaos. Here we go. Ruse going to start off
worth the hit points.
Getting 2 evasion stacks, second Ruse.
I'm gonna send you shots.
Chaos opening up with Fire 3 and Ice 2, 4 chip damage. Third Ruse going off to get all 6 evasion stacks onto that Red Wizard. Now we have the Power Bonks beginning. Lit 2 still doing chip damage. Nothing to worry about right now. Cure 4 is going to come out to heal the Red Wizard back up to full. We are going to see more Power Bonk And we're going to see more chip damage coming out from Chaos onto the Red Wizard. Chaos swing and a miss. And here we go. 3 stacks of bonk, fast, 3 ruses, all the evasion needed in the world. There's fast from Chaos, not going to matter. 4 hits for 669 damage on Chaos. Here comes 7 hits for 281, Fire 3 doing chip damage, 205 from a crit from Chaos, 7 hits for 321 damage. Cure 4 going out onto the Red Wizard. Another swing, 3 hits, 563. Nuclear coming out from Chaos. That's some damage coming out. Another Fire 3, not doing anything, but 7 hits for 558 damage. Seals the deal. Team Bubble Soda Company is going to come in first for this one. Hate the 13th with an hour, 4 minutes, and 30 seconds on racetime.gg. And Saracen with an hour, 7 minutes, and 35 seconds. GG's to both of the runners on Bubble Soda Company as Chadbert is getting ready to go in to the Sandman and Nightmare fights.
Yeah, this is actually a really close match. I mean, Chadbert is going into Sandman now. J-Lo has not yet gotten into time yet, unfortunately, the final dungeon, but he's still doing a lot here.
All right.
Chadbert having a little bit of trouble with phase 1 here, getting knocked around a lot. Okay. Hey, GG, hey.
Hello.
We are joined by Bubble Soda Company, Hate the 13th, and Saracen GG. GG's to you both.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you much.
Yeah, I felt like my beginning game was right and utter trash.
the early game in this, in the
just,
Timespinner side, was pretty garbage.
Well, no, I meant just specifically how I played. I died far too often and just was like, I can tell it's been a while since I've actually raced because I was actually nervous.
Yeah, you did struggle a little bit on Golden Idol, but then again, so did Chadbert, so it all evened out.
Stupid idol and having only fire or grump.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. How upset were you that you had to fight Idol with only the fire orb?
Grump. I mean, it's annoying.
Grumble.
Yeah, I could have used the ice orb, but really, at that point, really, what would the difference have been? So, yeah, no.
I mean, you did end up using the icicle ring after you got it, and that did deal a little bit of extra damage, which...
Yeah, at that point, it was because I was just desperate for any extra damage onto that blasted thing.
Yeah.
And because I kept losing my meatball.
Yeah, I noticed your rhythm got off a few times. Saracen.
Yo.
How many shards did you guys start with? Was it 15?
1.6 billion.
Yeah, that works.
Shard printing machine go brrrr.
Yeah, it was really funny at the end where I'm like, I need a shard. I wonder how long it's going to take me to find one in Earth. And it took me until, I think, Asher Trunk?
Oh, yeah.
Asher Trunk does pay out. This time it paid out in Go mode.
This is true.
I think the real story of this seed, and unfortunately J-Lo has not gotten to it yet, is Kraken 2 with, like, max roll evade and max roll hit points.
Yeah, and I noticed you died to the Gatekeeper a few times. Get your exclamation points out for Chadbert, finishing with a race time GG time of 1 hour, 10 minutes, 59 seconds.
Yeah, noticed your black belt was doing a lot of floor tanking there, Saracen.
Yeah, I don't think it's a terribly big secret that black belts are not the best in this flag set. They just take too long to get off the ground. So,
Yeah,
especially when you can't do any reset grinds. Like there was nothing to work with off the hard reset because of how long the walk was. You saw me hard reset constantly this seed.
Mm-hmm.
And I am part of the no hard reset meme club, so like that felt weird. But you know, with such a long walk.
Now,
Honestly,
J-Lo actually is using his black belt instead of just letting the black belt floor tank so that you can, get that extra share of experience divvied between your remaining 3 party members. And that may have actually been a deciding factor in the speed of your relative clears.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's actually something that in our practices, Saracen and I figured out fairly early on that 4-player parties were just a pile of nope.
Now, granted, black belts wearing fighter armor does give them the early game durability they need to start getting powerful, but the XP grind, if you don't have the shards, feels bad, man.
So I want to point out the other thing that's really important here, and this is having to step away from FFR thinking and getting into Archipelago thinking.
Yeah.
You are more likely to get a good weapon for a thief or a fighter.
Bingo.
And the thief having lockpicking, meaning you don't necessarily need to find your key, which is a saved hint. It's just a generally safe thing, and it's like, oh, well, I hit level 15, it's time to go get my chests. That's a huge deal.
Yeah,
so,
and then if you can find a katana, there you go.
Yeah, and the katana actually rolled up, which, is unusual. You usually get the katana -5 thief tax, but Admiral Tryhard calling out your hairpin hint. Hey,
I was about to ask you how much you were grumping on that after you made the hint, Kate.
That was very much are you kidding me? Yeah, that's pretty much how that went. And yes, it was very lurchy.
Yeah.
I got that hint, and I'm like, I am literally in this room right now. I am so annoyed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Reasonable anger.
So, Saracen, I'm going to throw another question your way. How about that level 1 black magic?
Yeah, that was a thing. My favorite part of all of that was I'm thinking to myself as we're going through, and there's shards galore and not a single gold chest. And every practice that I have done of these flags, you find a gold chest within the first 10 to 12 checks, right? So, whether that's Matoya's or Toph or, even Bicky throws you a bunch of money. Or the Timespinner player passes over a bunch of money. No, it was all shards. And so I didn't have the resources to go buy level 3 magic. And then had to go through that absolutely horrid marsh cave. And pull out the floater there, which was nice. But I didn't have money until I went into marsh. And that was a huge, huge deal as going through, because Nuke was level 3, Exit was level 3. We had Fast at level 4. There were things there that we could use, and being able to buy save items.
Now, the other thing in your favor that really started pushing you ahead was the fact that you went into Marsh Cave early, looking for that money, finding the floater plus canoe gave you very early flight. J-Lo didn't get his airship until much later.
Oof, Shada.
To be absolutely fair, that Marsh Cave was gross. There were Zap werewolves and Blaze scums, I think.
Yep.
It was a wing and a prayer for that marsh cave. It really was. But because you had the thief, that thief ended up really helping you out a lot. And a lot of that really comes down to that increased agility.
Yep. The increased agility for the first strikes, the just the luck to run away on the thief is huge. I mean, I still was only level 5 when I left there or something. Like,
Yeah.
I got my levels when I finally went to Volcano and grabbed like 2 encounters. I'm like, it's time to walk out these levels because I have 5 levels. But you know, the advantage of going in there is a lot higher when you know you can reset out and you'll still have all your stuff.
Indeed, and the other thing that gave you a bunch of levels was going into Sky when you did.
Yeah, you know, it was kind of funny. So I went into Sky and I'm like, oh, well, Mirage 1 sucked. That's great. You do the greater than less than in Sky or Mirage 2, and you know, it's whatever. But the tail comes over to me at some point in this. And I'm like, oh, well, time to bail because I need these levels on the ninja so he can cast spells. So bail, go to Bahamut, come back, and then the ninja dies. And I'm like, oh, I couldn't learn a life spell. And so I'm just like, well, I'm going to get as many chests as I can. I'm going to skip half the spider floor, or asterisk floor, whatever, Sky 2. And got very disappointed on the 6-pack on the right. There was absolute garbage in there. And then I proceeded to exit and search frantically for a few shards.
Yeah, but also, of course, you know, because you had that ninja there, ninja with katana, the red mage with masa, was just a really nasty 1-2 combo, given that both your red and your black had, you know, haste.
Yeah, shoutouts to red mages. I couldn't get life this seed, but it's okay. A plus 20 vitality red mage is pretty good.
I mean, he soloed Chaos. What more can you ask for?
Yeah, the
Right.
Bruise charges, Cure 4 charges, the Power Bonk, and Fast. You were set to go.
I was extremely nervous about the Cure 4s running out just before that nuclear hit. I did not want to do Kraken 2 again.
I can't blame you either.
Yeah, that Kraken 2 was foul.
Yeah, that was from, you know, catching the last little bit. That was a nasty Kraken.
That Kraken be Kraken.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Kraken 2 doing Kraken 2 things.
I'm not sure how many shards JLo is still looking for off the top of my head.
Well, given that
I can look
Chadbert
around.
has done, he
Should
should
be
have
much
almost
less.
enough.
No,
Yeah.
he's down like 10.
Whoa.
I know he's looking for the cube. I saw him hint for the cube earlier, which is in Sea Shrine 14, which for
Just
some
the
reason
hallway.
I was thinking for a moment there that, oh, thank you, JLo.
Thank you, JLo.
Yeah.
We love you.
Yeah, for some reason I was thinking that one was on Sharknado floor, but then I remembered, wait, no, Sharknado is only 1 through 10, and Saracen reminded me that, wait, no, hallway. Because entry floor is 11 and 12, hallway is 13, 14.
Because a hallway is the same floor as the entry floor, but it's a map off to the right of the zone.
Yeah, because, you know, numbering these things is just Nasir things, TM.
Someday we'll get real numbers in here.
We
Wouldn't that
can't
be nice?
forget the TM.
Of course not.
What's this concept of real numbers, though, Saracen?
I don't know. At least we don't have any chests called, like, Sea Shrine I.
I mean, you know, I thought they were all integers instead of real numbers, but, you know.
I guess it looked like it was only 5 shards remaining, or maybe 3 on JLo's side. He's got to go down the Kraken way.
Yep.
I believe in you, JLo.
You got this, JLo.
There is a certain frustration when you know you're looking for a certain chest, and you're like, I don't remember which chest it is. Is it this one? And it's one you've already checked like 1 or 2 times.
Yeah, I mean, I quite literally took the time to put together the map with all the numbers on it, and I still got some wrong a lot of the times.
I just ask Kate.
I mean, that's what you got to do when in doubt. Is just be like, hey, which chest is this one?
Yeah, well,
It's funny because he got it wrong, and then I was like, wait, is that the hallway one? Is that Kraken side? As I'm like going through mermaids.
yeah, that was me suffering from a little bit of cranial rectal inversion there. And there's his cube.
Indeed.
Dun, 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 dun.
I think at this point you can maybe hear J-Lo swearing a little bit.
Yeah.
I was about to say the self pause of
Yeah, self-positive.
Yeah, doing the Murloc impersonation.
There it is. I didn't have to do it this time. I'm so happy I didn't have to do the Murloc this time.
You know, the old cartoon Muttley.
Yup.
That's a blast from the past.
That is a blast from the past, but it was so good.
So, thinking through the rest of JLo's time in this lovely sea shrine, do you think he goes after Kraken 1? I certainly didn't. I was terrified.
Math
You
Girl,
also
it's a
went
fun, Math Girl, what Admiral Tryhard said is a Final Fantasy VII reference.
And that, you also went into Sea Shrine a little bit earlier than this, though, so yeah.
This is true. I was like, well, I have an Oxy, I have an airship. I'm just going to do Waterfall and Sea and see what comes out of it.
The Frost Dragons are peddling crack. Oh yeah, he needs 9 shards.
Oh,
Ouch.
I think
Oh,
we're definitely
I know.
going to see Kraken 1 come from JLo here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
Well, the good thing, at least, is that the White Mage exists, and therefore Life 2 exists.
And it looks like he's got that White Mage swinging that Masa.
No, he's got the Black Belt swinging the Mazda right now.
Oh. I am not a smart man tonight, it seems.
That's alright, I had a you moment while talking when you were heading over to Lake Serene, and I was like, he's heading over...
Yeah. So I have to ask, did Chadbert find the gas mask before or after the D card?
Prior to the D card.
Okay.
Oh, bold play out of JLo, skipping the rest of Sharknado to head over to Kraken.
Very bold play, but one that I can be down with.
I mean, right now he just needs shards, and he's probably going to get more shards out of Kraken than out of Sharknado.
Uh-oh. I just noticed JLo's client disconnected. Okay, good. It reconnected automatically. Good.
Yeah, that happens
Or no,
sometimes.
it's still...
Reconnecting in 10 seconds.
Uh-oh.
The remote computer refused the network connection. Oh no, that's not a nice error to see.
Oh, no.
No, it's not. That's the server.
Does that
There it
mean
goes.
he's no longer able to get shards?
There we go.
Okay.
He's back.
Okay,
Okay.
good. Whew.
I would have been real sad if he suddenly couldn't get shards because of that.
Yeah, that would have been a very big, what kind of moment.
I don't know what we would have done if in that kind of moment.
Oh, Mathro
And,
pointing out
yeah.
that Berserker does nightly reset. That would explain it.
Yeah, the IP reset. It's a thing that happens, and there's Kraken 1 down for JLo. Punch is
Nice.
at level 21.
Making use of that harm flag and, harming the White Mage.
IP flush, IP renew, what?
That's all the shards for JLo.
Alright, cool.
Rock on. Now he gets to be disappointed by Kraken 2 like I was.
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth?
So, alright, you guys saw the change in tack on that. I knew there was no chance I could buff up enough to deal with that and then still have the resources to deal with chaos. So that's why I was just like, nuke, 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 nuke. And I don't know how a level 21 party is going to deal with that for JLo's side. That's going to be a real challenge.
Nuke
Yeah.
or nuke.
The answer I have for how JLo's party is going to deal with this comes down to exactly 2 words, Saracen.
He won't.
Very carefully.
I mean, he does have Nuke Fade Nuke and a black belt that's level 21. The 21 part's the scary part.
Yeah, he can still be an ablative meat shield.
And
He
does
has a
life
life
magic.
caster. He does have a life caster.
Yeah.
That's absolutely fair.
Oh my god, that black belt's actually got some fairly decent armor on, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he can wear fighter armor.
Yeah.
But that's fighter armor, not knight armor, which kind of feels bad when the Aegis shield shows up.
Well, still, he's got the silver breastplate plus 5 on. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's gonna be better than nothing for a black belt at least.
I wouldn't be
So
surprised.
promoting's not a bad idea because there was a white shirt and a black shirt that came over via the Timespinner side, I think.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit lower absorb than your gold +3, but at least it's it frees up a little bit of space.
And it's a free invis too for the white shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
There's the time resistance, there's the invis 2 for the white shirt.
And
I
he was
see.
rocking a copper on the on the black mage. So
Yeah. So he's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm doing better now.
there's big improvements.
Time
Yeah.
ice and death resistance there.
I don't think he's gotten the white shirt, though, from the Timespinner stuff.
Maybe that was something out of Sky then.
Yeah, I
I was
don't
gonna
remember.
say, I think you got the white shirt out of Sky.
That sounds plausible.
Which he has completely skipped.
If you can, that's great, but 52 checks, hard to pass up,
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you.
And by the way, Saracen, I liked how you Ruby this time around. We're fries.
The Titan Snack flag is very nice.
Yeah, Titan-
it's one of our many fun % flags in the randomizer, and it gives you all sorts of different things. Sometimes the Titan likes beer, sometimes he likes hot dogs, sometimes he likes fries.
Sometimes he likes glue. Ooh, and
Yeah.
there was that nuclear from Lich.
I was
Ouch.
about to say, sometimes he likes Lich using nuclear.
Yeah,
But at least he's got life because he's got that white.
Yeah.
Alright.
Just has to burn heal pots to get through that too, which, ugh.
I don't know how that black mage is going to survive past turn 1 on Chaos, though.
Chaos was throwing a lot of 2s and 3s.
Yeah,
I'm not terribly concerned about the black mage really only has to live 3 turns, and that's
True. He needs to cast a fast and maybe a temper, and then fine, nuke until you're dead.
Yep.
Ice 2 coming out from Carry is nice, as that black shirt is equipped, and that's ice resistance, so... Take your wins where you get them.
Ooh! Black Wizard down to 4 hit points.
That's the Red Wizard.
Or the Red Wizard, yeah, down to 4 hit points, but not dead yet. It's only the last HP that matters.
Yeah, it was 3 more hit points than was necessary. He's fine. This is fine.
And then it goes, oh, you want to play Punch Buggies? Okay, let's play Punch Buggies.
Alright, it's Kraken 2 time. And there's no ruse on that Red Wizard.
No.
So I'm gonna toss out there that Ruse is a very good spell, and you should use it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I highly agree with you on that one.
Yeah, you'll note that. Now, granted, it was partly because the black magic was so bad, but Ruse was in my
Oops, there
first
goes the
slot at
black
level
belt.
1.
Ooh. Well, the ablative meat shield did his job and took a hit.
Yeah, but the rest of the party is not going to be around for much longer, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is an extremely dangerous Kraken too. Speed and power is real hard on this if you're not just throwing blasts out.
Would always go for the 6% brack.
Oh, and a
Ooh.
3 out of 16 on
No, that
Nah.
was not a 3 and 256, as the Black Wizard did not have a ribbon. That had a fairly good chance to actually connect. If it connected on the Red Wizard or the White Wizard, that would have been more akin to a 3 and 256.
And keep in mind, the Black Mage actually had plus 20 MDef this seed, so
yeah.
a little bit better off. I mean, that's 10
there
extra
goes the
levels
White
worth
Wizard.
of MDef.
Ooh.
Sleep well, Lifecaster.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Cracking down, but is this Red Wizard gonna do the same thing that Saracen's Red Wizard did?
Does he have any ruse items? Anything?
He does not.
Oh
this,
no.
this is looking real dire, and this is what I looked at 2 or 3 times.
And
I reset quite a few times out of this Topher.
he's deciding between Cure 4 and
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Cure 4 should have been done prior to going.
Or at least chugging a few hundred potions.
I don't know that JLo had Oh, no, JLo did
Okay.
restock. Okay. I
Yeah.
thought I saw a lower number than 99, but
I think
No.
he just noticed that he doesn't have ruse on the red mage and is probably gonna go pick it up.
99 potion there.
Alright.
I think he's also going to look to see, just like I did, hey, can you get life 2 in the slot 4 of level 3 for red? And the answer is no.
No. Because the only levels
Level
that you can
1
learn slot
and-
4 are level 1 and level 6.
Yep. I did this exact check because I don't typically promote. And when I do promote, I usually don't buy more magic.
Yeah, this may end up coming down to JLo just needs to go kill things to get more levels.
Yeah, or find the defend sword.
Earth Cave 18.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he never went to the bottom of Earth Cave.
But there is Invis 2 for both the red and white wizards. So that could help a bit, as that does equate to a party-wide ruse at the cost of 2 level 6 charges.
Yeah, it's
Which-
the problem being that it is level 6, so it's gonna be a really limited amount of charges.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how many do you need to drop? You need to drop 1 for Kraken, maybe 1 for Tiamat, and 1 for...
You want to drop more
chaos.
than one. You want to drop more than 1 for Kraken because
Mhm.
each one only gives you 40 evasion. So the maximum that you can stack are 6 casts. And at the levels that JLo's at, level 6 spells are at a premium. He's only got 3 charges on the White Wizard, and he's only got 2 charges on the Red Wizard. So with only 5 charges, you can't hit max evade.
Yeah, he needs a bit more levels.
Yeah, and that was one of the dangers walking in on this. Good to check the level 5 magic, though. I seem to recall there being, heal 3
Heal
here.
3.
Very nice spell to have.
Yeah, in the vanilla game, the heal series was a complete waste because you didn't get your int bonus. But when we fixed that in the rando, that makes it an extraordinarily useful spell.
Well, you
We
still don't
haven't
get
fixed
your
that. It
hit
was
bonus.
actually always good. It was just always a good spell. It's just everybody said it was bad.
Yeah.
I never really found it to be useful in the vanilla version of the game when I ran it.
Oh, heal 1 sucked goats. Heal 2... Heal 3, though, is the potion saver.
Heal 3 is most definitely the potion saver, as well as the Topher shortener.
Yeah.
You see, I never needed to use heal 3 because one of the tactics I would do is when I was clearing would be, heal staff, heal helm, and then an item to do a XXX2, whichever one was useful, and just keep everybody topped off regardless.
So, I did forget to ask you one thing, Hate. How'd you feel about where your Teleria was located?
When I hinted for it, I was annoyed, and then when I hinted for Lightwall and found that it was also behind the D card, and went in for the D card and realized I didn't have the hint points, that was another point of annoyance. And then when I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna go kill them all, and found it sitting in that crystal. Yeah.
Yeah, the D card sitting in that crystal when you went to kill Maw, because you tried to hint for the D card right before Maw, I believe.
Yeah, sometime around there. I think it was shortly after I picked up the Masa in the chest before Maw, or last chance before Maw.
That was actually a great time to drop that hint.
It only would have been, more like me if I actually had the hint points and then dropped the hint when I walked into the room with the plasma crystal.
This is true. This is very, very true. All right,
And
Invis
what?
2.
Yeah.
Coming out.
There was a Bane that took out the Black Wizard, which is very unfortunate.
There was a Bane to start from Kraken 2, which is very, very unfortunate. I'm going to go ahead and end up using 2 more charges of level 6.
A good call. This Kraken was just rude.
This Kraken merits using the Invis 2 charges, but that punch was bad.
What the heck was that?
Oh.
That was 4 hits, 4 damage.
Ooh,
JLo didn't
no.
buy Temper on the Red Wizard.
Oh no. He's got Saber on him though, and a Masa.
Uh,
So
Well, the point being to buff up the Black Belt, potentially.
Well, there's a
Um,
lock to
Black Belt's-
try and shore things up, but man,
Black
what
Belt
you
at
need
this
is some
point.
power bunking.
No, at this point, the Black Belt is nothing more than a blade of meat shield. The Red Wizard is where I would be sending my damage buffs to.
Yeah, valid.
I did that, so I agree.
Yeah, I would agree on this one just because of that Red Mage having the Maza +3 of all things. So
Oh, that Mazda was so good.
that Maza was fantastic. And the fact that you had the Katana roll up as well was just as nice. But you didn't really get much out of that Katana, Saracen.
Well, when your ninja is like 3 or 4 levels behind your wizards.
Yeah.
That's the opposite direction of what you want.
So true on that one.
I also never found a spike tile worth taking for very long because, I found the Agamas, I think on the vanilla Agama tile, and they had sleep touch. Just, no.
Yeah,
None of that.
that was a
Well,
big old
he
no.
got through Kraken.
All right, well done, J-Lo.
Yeah, well done. That's good news.
He did get through Kraken. He's just got Tia left and, of course, the Ultimate Fiend, Chaos.
Who really
I'm
seemed to
pretty
be
sure
able to run
Kraken's the ultimate fiend, and
Yeah.
Chaos is just a chaser.
Yeah, Kraken seems like he's the boss this time.
I mean, yeah, considering how quickly you got that Chaos down, Saracen, I'm more than willing to agree. No more
Well,
Invis 2 charges, no more Harm 4 charges, no more wall charges. It's fighting time.
So let's be fair to Chaos Fight. It only seemed fast because I only had to input commands for one character.
This is true. This is very, very true. But, I mean, you should know this as well as I do. One's all you need to win.
It's true. Will Bloodworth taught me that a couple of times over. But, I'm not quite as crazy. I will say, the Thief solo strats are not nearly so absurd as they used to be. Now that the Thief actually has things to do in this game.
Very true.
Yeah.
Agi buff and lockpicking were 2 of the best changes that the randomizer has come out with in the past year, and I love our devs.
Hey, look, Zap. It did nothing because
Huzzah!
shoutouts to the black shirt having time resistance on it. 6 hits for 332 coming out from the Maza, 9 hits for 9 damage coming out from the punch. The punch is doing nothing.
It's more, instead of I punch, it's more like I pinch.
Yeah, exactly. JLo thinking about what to do. Gonna go ahead and temper up the Red Mage. Gonna Saber. Cure 4 going on to the Black Mage if the Black Mage can survive this turn, which the Black Mage does. Punch comes out, 10 hits, 239. Temper and Saber both go on to the Red Wizard, and Next round.
I'm a little scared for that white wizard.
Yeah, it's a little on the light side, but let's see if turn order lands. All right, turn order do good.
Turn order did very good as Tia 2 goes down for JLo. JLo
Nice.
is ready to go fight Chaos now, and here we go.
Finish him.
I want to wait till he gets into the fight to actually do it.
Well, where him equals chaos.
Oh, I know.
He's putting the heal helms on a couple of the characters that are going to be less useful once things get going to try and get some passive heals going.
Which is a good play. Right.
It's a good play against this chaos for sure.
Finish
I mean,
him.
that's 60 points of healing every turn.
Fast going out onto the Master as well as the Red Wizard. And I saw him thinking about using the Bane Sword, going for a cheeky... What is it? 3 and 256, or does this one have the...
It's 3 and
plus
256.
Yeah, it's 3, not 2 in this one. They still have the flag for the flag to make it 2 is not enabled.
Okay.
It almost never is, and it's very sad.
Ice 2 comes out. As we know, that's just going to do the chip damage. Saber's out. Fade's going out. A punch. 4 hits for 92. The Temper's going out.
Because, of course, Temper goes out after the attack goes out.
I mean, that's how it always works. Let's be
Pretty much.
real. It wouldn't be FFR if that didn't happen. Heal 3 coming out. And getting turn order on that heal 3, which is very nice. Punch comes out, 6 for 76. Fire 3 from Chaos. That Black Wizard's a little lower than I'd like to see. 4 hits for 429, though, from the Mosmian, which is very nice to see. And we've got locks coming out now, so we're about to see some more hits and more damage.
Yeah, and you know what? Enough locks, and even that black belt's gonna start hitting.
Oh, yeah. But we have the Black Wizard sitting at 42 HP. Lock comes out, easier to hit. Punch, 9 for 284. That's all the locks needed. Here we go. I believe more Saber coming out. No more level 2 charges, so it's all from here. Gonna do double heal 3 and a punch. Temper going out onto the Master. Master swings, 9 hits, 102. Not looking as good there. Heal 3 comes out. Lit 2 is gonna come out. Drop that Black Wizard back down to a knee. But heal 3 is gonna get the Black Wizard right back up with minus 1 HP from where the Black Wizard started.
The Black Wizard's just doing some squats. It's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Working
leg
out.
day.
Gotta get
No
those
more
reps
heal.
in.
No more heal 3, no more cure 4. It is time to fight. 7 hits for 195. Harm 2 comes out for 74 damage. There's the Ice 2 again. Not dealing much damage. Another Saber going out onto the Red Wizard. A Temper going out onto that Master. And these warriors are about to hit for a lot.
Yep,
So here
and
we
there's
go.
the heal helm starting to get used too.
Punch,
I mean,
8
it's
hits,
chip
1.4.
healing, but given that you're getting chip damage, and GG!
GG's.
GG's to JLo7, finishing with an official racetime.gg time of 1:45.29. And the combined times, well, they've probably already been calculated. But we are joined by Chad Burt and JLo. GG's to both of you.
GG's, guys.
GG's.
GG.
GG's.
Shard machine
What a
go
seed.
burr.
Yeah, this seed was definitely a thing, and JLo, good lord, man, I feel bad for you after that marsh.
That was the worst marsh I've seen.
So tell us how you really feel about those werewolves. Or rather, maybe not, given that we are live broadcasting.
I will say that it seems like that's one of those marshes that makes people become a never marsh.
So I actually will admit that I have had a marsh similar to that, and JLo, you played that a lot more cool than when I had that style of marsh. So that was very well played on your part, dude.
Thank you. I think I handled that about as well as I could.
You really did. I could tell you were getting flustered in there, but at the same time, you weren't completely letting it get to you. And there's a lot to be said about that, because if there's one thing we all know about this game, it's how evil it can be. And this one definitely showed how evil it can be.
Yeah, there were just some very rude combos. And then, of course, there was Kraken 2 doing Kraken 2 things.
So, Chad, you never got Teleria, right?
Nope.
Hey, you want to tell Chad where Teleria was?
Oh, I actually know. It was in the old Timespinner room.
Yup.
I
Yeah.
went back and looked at the forfeit logs and saw where that one was. Because I had actually never completed one of these without the Teleria. So that was
Yeah.
my first time doing the best room in the game with jumping slowly over them.
Yeah, I had hinted for it earlier and was like, alright, it's locked behind my D card. And then I hinted for my light wall and found that it was locked behind my D card, Vandergroth Tower right bottom chest.
Yeah,
And then I went to hit my D card and I didn't have the points. So I said, screw it, I'm just gonna, do the hell run and take out the mom without the gas mask because I hadn't gone down to upper banishment yet.
Yes, that one was just like I got that up there after I was like, I don't have the Teleria, so I'm not going to do this right now without the gas mask because I'm not going to be able to do it quick enough. So I'll just come back after I get the gas mask, and then the game's just like, haha, here you go.
Yeah, that was a good bit of comedy from the Timespinner side, especially for you, Chad.
You didn't feel comfortable just stuffing your face with biscuits the whole time you were fighting the Maw?
I didn't have any.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
went down to the Maw. I did twins, then the Maw, and then I went up to Alana.
Yeah, so how was that golden idol fight with nothing but fire orb?
And
Still better than minus Ice Orb.
Okay, yes, that is true. I will give you that.
I will agree with that one as well, since I've had to do that too.
There are very few things worse than that fight with a minus ice orb.
That fight with a minus wind.
No.
That just
At
hurts
least,
your hand.
at least with the minus wind, you'll still be doing 1 damage, but you can do it a little bit quicker.
And actually, wind plus icicle ring is fairly legit.
Machine gun.
Machine gun good. Go Burr.
Pew pew. I mean, not amazing damage per hit, but pew pew.
Yeah, that's true.
So, Hate, how did you do with the water mask and its location?
Oh yeah, the water mask. Well, I basically cleared the upper level of the past, went to the present, and started clearing through that. And hinted for the hairpin when I was in the room above where the wall, where you break the wall. But yeah, once I got the water mask, I was like, oh crap, this is just ugh. Because we could have done that much earlier, because we got the wheel fairly early on.
Yep, that's when I did it. I beat the twins and I got the wheel around sometime around then, and went back and was like, I'll do this one check because I'm like two away from a hit point, and it was the water mask. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going there now.
Yeah, I didn't do that until I had basically cleared out the parts of the present that I could get to. And then I was like, oh, this is not good.
Yeah.
Well, on the flip side, Hate, you did get your sash first.
Yeah, you actually did get your sash first.
Yeah, that was. I know Saracen sent that over. I just don't remember where it was from.
It was Earth, bottom right.
Oh
on
yeah,
the first
Earth,
floor.
Earth 3. That's it.
Yep. I handed it for that one, and Taylor was able to give it to me right as I got to the sealed caves.
Nice.
Not sealed caves, the past version. You know what I mean?
Caves of Banishment. Yeah.
Caves of Banishment. No, Chad was the first to get sash because of how quickly that was done. But, I mean, even still, the sashes were both beautifully timed.
I mean, if by beautifully timed you mean practically last location.
Yep, that's exactly what I mean by beautifully timed. Saracen, you know me too well.
Different definitions of beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful for us as viewers and commentators. Not so beautiful for you guys. Oh. I imagine we could probably talk about the seed on and on if we wanted to, but I know it is a little past midnight here in the central, 1 a.m. in the eastern, but only 10:05 for you guys over there on the west. So I think we should probably jump into some final thoughts. What do you guys think?
Food is good. I think I'm going to go get another snack after this because I have pizza sitting on the kitchen table right.
There you go. Well, Hate, you finished first on stream and overall, so we will start with you. Final thoughts, my friend.
Oh, that were my final thoughts.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. I also want to say thanks to Math Girl for volunteering to restream this, and thanks to Sonny and Sneaky for jumping in on comms on this thing. Because yeah, it was. I'm glad we're getting to restream some of these.
Oh,
So,
absolutely. Yeah. And they've been good. Saracen, you're next, my friend. Final thoughts.
Well, GG's to Chad and JLo. Was looking forward to this match. Looking forward to the next one when we get that all figured out in the brackets. Thanks, guys, for doing the comms. Thanks, Math Girl, for the restream. I appreciate the restream because nobody ever goes to my channel, nor should they. I'd only stream when I'm racing, so it's almost always on a restream anyway. Thank you to the viewers here. I know that the number is not large, but it is appreciated. I know that this is kind of a niche area of the race, and man, we started at a late time on a Friday night, so... but yeah, appreciate everybody coming out, and looking forward to the rest of the tournament here.
I don't know if you're around, Chad.
Yep. I just using the mute so I don't turn on the push stop.
That is fair. Final thoughts from you, my friend.
Yeah, that's GG to Hayden, Saracen, and I wanted to do the same thanks to everyone running the restream as well as Hate and the others admins running the tournament. And Danny, I know, is there. I think Deadpulse as well. Yeah, and my comment for the race was I almost made it through without Mayef. Officially getting Mayef, anyways.
Yeah,
Mayef was
Mayef kind of
unblockable.
included itself at the very end there, didn't it?
Very Mayef, yes.
Yeah, that Mayef was a thing. JLo, any final thoughts from you, my friend?
Screw that marsh.
I figured those were going to be your first words.
And again, as everyone else has said, thank you to our restream crew tonight and the admins of the tournament.
Man, that marsh was just so disgusting. If you guys have enjoyed what you've seen, definitely give the channel a follow. I guarantee we'll have more tournament races over here on Final Fantasy Randomizer. This is just the start of the tournament. We do have round 2 pairings coming up. When, Hate?
Let me see here. Well, we have Shiny Rocks and Pass the Spaghetti, who still need to do their match for this week. But that is scheduled for tomorrow. So shortly after their stuff is done, or their match is done, we will be able to figure out what the brain thing, how the rest of it shakes out, and we'll figure out who's going to where at that point.
So
we'll
Just-
probably do another bracket reveal on probably on Sunday, where Deadpulse will get to pull his wheel out again.
and have a bunch of fun with his wheel again, because that was incredible. That was so entertaining.
It's really exciting for him, all right?
It's a really, really big deal.
I use that in Kirby Superstar, okay? But yeah, give the Final Fantasy Randomizer channel a follow. Join both the Timespinner and FFR Discords. The communities are both great. With FFR and Timespinner, we'll teach you, and it's an absolute blast. There's so much you can do with both FFR and Timespinner. The possibilities are very, very close to endless. Give the runners a follow as well, as they deserve it, especially after a lot of the stuff that this seed offered. Definitely give my co-commentator Sneaky the Lost a follow, as, you know, if I'm not mistaken, Sneaky, this was your first time doing commentary for FFR, and honestly, dude, you did a pretty good job.
Well, thank you. Yeah, this is the first time over here. I've been doing some commentary for a Dragonware Randomizer tournament that's also going on around this time. You know, back in the 80s on my old NES. And of course, Timespinner, I was recently introduced to actually through the Final Fantasy Randomizer community, and it's been a blast for me to playing so far. So it's been a blast working with you guys, and it's been great being able to just, share some viewpoints. As the saying goes, I take requests, but I keep talking anyway.
This is actually very true. I have heard you use that saying many a time.
One last shout out to the Archipelago Discord and Berserker, the lead dev there, who is fantastic, who put up the prize pool for this tournament.
Yeah, big shout outs to that for, to him for kicking this thing off.
That was actually my next one, so I am very glad you guys did that. Because I wasn't 100% certain how I was going to say it, but you guys just summarized that perfectly. So thank you for doing that. And then, of course, our restreamer who also did the tracking, Math Girl 718. Give her a follow. If she didn't do the restream, then we wouldn't have been able to sit here and do the commentary on the race and be able to have fun. Sneaky, you got anything else that you want to add before I take us on home?
This has been an amazing seed. It was actually a fairly close race until the very end there. It's been a blast to be here, and hope to see y'all next time.
Absolutely, and there was one more thing I forgot. If you do end up wanting to try out one of these multi-worlds, you can also join the Archipelago Discord, where they happen fairly often. But with that, for our four runners, Chadbert, JLo7, Saracen, and Hate the 13th, my co-commentator Sneaky the Lost, our restreamer and tracker MathGirl718, I am SonnyWrath11. Thank you all for joining us for the second streamed match of the AP tournament that we're having. I hope you all have a great evening, and we will see you for our next match or the bracket reveal.